Hey Neora family, my name is Adriana Lee, and today I've got a 10-minute yoga standing series for you. This flow is great for those days when you don't want to get up and down off the ground, or those days where it feels challenging to get up and down off the ground. For today's practice, all you really need is a yoga mat, but having some blocks nearby can be very helpful, and if balance is a challenge, set up near a wall so that you can utilize that wall whenever you start to feel off balance. So whenever you've got your props together, put on some music to get you motivated, and we'll get started right away. We'll begin today's practice in Tadasana, standing up at the top of your mat. So you can either bring your big toes to touch and heels slightly apart, or if you have any low back sensitivity, just keep your feet about hip width distance apart. Find a neutral pelvis so that you have a natural curve in your lower back, but not an exaggerated curve. Then lift up through your ribs, relax your shoulder blades down your back, and let your palms face forward. Take a moment to close your eyes and feel into your feet. Notice the way that your weight shifts forward and back, side to side, as you find that internal balance. And feel for rooting down through your toes and growing a little bit taller by lifting up through your ribs, lifting up through the crown of your head. Then bring your hands together at heart center and take a moment to find an intention. Choose any intention that feels right for you today. It might just be something like finding balance or taking time for you. Or maybe your intent is to just stay focused for the next 10 minutes on yourself. Once you've got that intent in mind, inhale, sweep your arms all the way up towards the sky. Root down through your feet and exhale, find a mini back bend by lifting your sternum towards the sky. Find just a tiny arch in your upper back. And then come back to center. Right hand will grab your left wrist, then arc your upper body over towards the right. You might choose to look underneath your left arm. Inhale back to center and switch. Left hand grabs the right wrist and pull up and over. Inhale, come back to center, and on your exhale, step out into star pose. So arms will go wide, feet will go wide. Then from here, bring your heels in, toes out, and we'll take 3 goddess squats. So sit down low, and then stand up and squeeze your inner thighs. Sit down low, stand up and squeeze. And last one, sit down low and stand up and squeeze. Good. From here, we'll come into warrior 2. So turn your right toes forward and left heel back. Find a neutral pelvis, reach your arms out to the sides, and we'll move into kite hawk from here. So inhale, externally rotate your shoulders. So you're going to bring your palms up towards the sky, lift your chin. Then exhale, internally rotate, taking the palms to face backwards, let your chin fall. Inhale, rotate open from the shoulders, palms face up. Exhale, internally rotate, let your chin fall. One more here, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, lift back up to center, and then we'll move into reverse warrior. So take your left arm and reach back, slide your rib cage to the left, set your left hand down on your left thigh, and sweep your right arm overhead. Option to look up, but if that would bother your neck, just look down instead. Huge inhale. And exhale, engage your left obliques to open up the right side even more. One more breath here. Inhale, rise all the way back up, and then from here we'll step to the back of your mat, coming back into Tadasana or mountain pose. Inhale, reach your arms to the sky, and exhale, mini back bend, lift up through your ribs. Inhale, lift up to center, right hand grabs the left wrist and pull up and over to the right. Inhale to center and switch, left hand grabs right wrist, exhale, pull up and over to the left. Inhale back to center, and then exhale, step into your star pose, arms and legs wide. Good. Back into those 3 goddess squats, heels in, toes out, squat down low, and then push into your feet to rise up. Squat down low, push into your feet, squeeze inner thighs. One more time. Exhale, squeeze. Good. Now left side warrior 2. So left toes point forward and find a little bit of an angle with your back heel. Arms out to the sides, 3 rounds of kite hawk. Inhale to externally rotate your shoulders, lift your palms and your chin. And exhale, internally rotate. Chin falls, palms face back. Inhale, rotate open. And exhale, rotate forward. Do that one more time. And then as you're doing this last round, maybe notice if your right, or if your left knee rather, is caving in towards the midline. And if so, push it out to the side. Inhale, come back to center, reverse warrior. Slide your rib cage back. Set your right hand on your right thigh, wherever you can reach is perfect, and reach your left arm up and overhead. Inhale into your left side ribs. Exhale, contract your right side, get a little bit more space through the left side body. Inhale into your heart space. And exhale, maybe bend that left knee a little bit more. One more breath here. Then rise all the way back up and step back to the top of your mat, finding Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale, reach your arms up. This time on your exhale, find a cactus bend. So you'll bend your elbows out to 90 degrees and squeeze your shoulder blades together. Inhale, take your arms back up. Find Kali Mudra by interlacing your fingers. Thumbs will cross, index fingers out. And on your exhale, find a little side bend over to the right. Push your left hip out. Inhale, back up through center. And exhale, side bend to the left, right hip out. Inhale, back up to center. And exhale, open out into star pose. Feet wide, arms wide. Good. Bring your heels in, toes out, setting up for goddess pose. And we'll do 3 heel raises. So 2 options here. You can either lift both heels at the same time or go one at a time, just a little bit faster. When you're ready, lift and lower. Good. 2 more. Lift and lower. This is a balance challenge. 1 more. Lift and lower. Great job. Right side warrior 2. So bring the left heel in, right toes forward. Then from here, cross your right elbow underneath your left, setting up your eagle arms. You might be able to bring the backs of your hands together. You might even be able to cross your wrists. Another option here is to grab onto your shoulders or take your left arm across and use your right arm to pull. Set up for whichever eagle works for you. Inhale, lift your elbows to the height of your shoulders. And exhale, soften your forehead into your arms. Deep breath into your upper back. And exhale, add a little resistance. Squeeze your top arm down, bottom arm up without moving anything. 1 more breath. Reverse warrior. Release your arms. Reach your rib cage back. Reach your left arm back. Set your hand down and then reach the right arm overhead. Huge inhale into your right side. And as you exhale, maybe move 1 inch deeper. Not holding this one for quite as long. Inhale, come all the way back up to center, and then take extended side angle. Bring your right forearm onto your right thigh, sweep your left arm forward and overhead. Good. Same thing with the eye gaze. It could go up towards your palm, down towards the ground, or whatever is comfortable for your neck. Inhale into your left side. Exhale, reach. 1 more breath. And inhale, press into your right forearm to come up and step to the back of the mat. Good. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, cactus bend your arms. Come into that goalpost shape or 90-degree angle shape. Inhale, arms back up, taking Kali Mudra. So interlace your fingers, index fingers out, cross at your thumbs. Exhale, side bend over to the right. Inhale, back up through center. And exhale, side bend over to the left. Inhale, back up to center, and exhale, step out into star pose, arms and feet wide. Good. Goddess, bring the heels in, toes out. 3 more raises, either 1 at a time a little faster, or lift both and lower. Good. 2 more. Lift and lower. Maybe sit 1 inch deeper for this last one. Lift and lower. Good. Warrior 2 with the left leg forward. Take your right heel in. And then from here, take your left elbow underneath the right, setting up your eagle arms or whichever variation you took on the other side. Inhale, lift your elbows to the height of your shoulders. And exhale, relax your neck, maybe letting your forehead drop into your arms. Inhale into your upper back. Exhale, add a little resistance by squeezing your arms into each other. 1 more breath. And release your arms and come into reverse warrior. Right arm reaches back, right hand onto the back of your right leg and sweep your left arm overhead. So some other options here is to bring your right hand onto your hip, especially if you have a sensitive low back and if you find that you're crunching into your low back, this will help you maintain some space. And we'll be here for 1 more deep breath. And then inhale, rise back up, left forearm to left thigh, sweep your right arm forward and then overhead, extended side angle. Eye gaze again is wherever is comfortable for you. Inhale into your right side body. Now exhale, if your right arm is reaching way out of the shoulder socket, as you exhale, plug it back down so the shoulder blade reaches down your back and then forward towards your chest. And 1 more deep breath here. Inhale to rise all the way back up and step back to the top of your mat. Good. This time we're going to go into a hippie twist. So for hippie twist, you'll widen your feet just a little bit, not quite as wide as star pose. Bend your knees a bit to come into a forward fold. Then set your right hand a little forward of your shoulder. Then start to twist your ribs towards the left. And if it wouldn't bother your shoulder, reach your left arm up. But if it would bother your shoulder, just keep your hand on your hip. Option to start to straighten maybe just the left leg or maybe both legs. And switch sides. Left hand comes down to the same spot the right hand was in. Right hand to your hip. Start to twist. Maybe reach the right arm up. Maybe straighten the right leg. Maybe straighten both. And release both hands down. Push into your feet. Stand all the way back up. And then step out into star pose. Good. Goddess pose. Heels in, toes out. Hands onto your thighs. Now drop your right shoulder down, twist to your left. And then inhale, rise back up. And exhale, drop the left shoulder down, twist to the right. This can feel really good. You might get a little back crack out of it. Inhale, come all the way back up. Keep your right knee bent. Slide the left heel out, warrior two. Reach your right arm up and pat yourself on the back. Option one is going to be to use your left hand to guide the elbow back into a tricep stretch. Or for those of you that are feeling up for it, you'll take your left arm behind your back, grab onto pieces of your clothing, or maybe even fingertips for full Gomukhasana arms or cow face arms. I'm going to take an inhale here. And as you exhale, re-bend your right knee. Check out your knee, note if it's caving in towards the center, and if so, push out towards your pinky toe side of your foot. One more breath. Good. Release that reverse warrior. Reach your left arm back, set the hand down, and sweep your right arm overhead. Now, if you're feeling warmed up and you want to go for the half bind, you can reach your left arm behind your back and maybe even bring it to a piece of your clothing, so like the side of your pants, or maybe even into the hip crease if your arm is pretty long. Then you can push into your hand and maybe go a little bit further. And then let that go. Inhale, come all the way up. Right forearm onto your thigh. Sweep the left arm overhead, extended side angle. Just one breath here. And inhale, come up. This is where you may want to block. So if you've got a block, place it either inside or outside of your right foot and straighten your right leg. You may want to hop your back foot in a little bit closer. Shift your hips towards the back of your mat. Reach your right arm forward, send your rib cage forward, and then place your hand down, either on your thigh, your shin, maybe your block, or wherever you can easily reach. And then send your left arm up towards the sky. Inhale, find a little more length in your ribs, sending the right ribs forward. And exhale, squeeze your shoulder blades together behind your back to open up your chest. Good. Inhale, come all the way back up. Move the block if it was in the way. And exhale, step to the back of your mat for your second set of hippie twists. So once again, widen your feet a bit. Set the right hand down a little forward. Start to twist to your left. Option to send the left arm up. Option to straighten either leg or both legs. And then switch. Left hand down, right hand to your hip. Start to twist to your right. Option to extend your right arm up towards the sky. Option to straighten one leg or even both legs. And then release both hands down, bend your knees to stand up and step out into star pose. Good. Goddess pose. Heels in, toes out, hands on thighs. Drop your left shoulder down, twist to your right. Inhale, rise back up. And exhale, drop your right shoulder down, twist to the left. Inhale, rise back up. My back cracked on that one. Warrior two on the left side. Left toes forward, right heel in. And then left arm comes up. Pat yourself on the back. Option to use the right hand to press the elbow back. Or internally rotate so your palm faces behind you. And reach your fingertips towards each other, maybe grabbing onto pieces of your clothing. Inhale, lift up your ribs. Exhale, reach your elbows in opposite directions or use your right hand to guide your left elbow back. One more deep breath. Reverse warrior, option for the bind. Release your arms, send your right arm back, rib cage back. Set your hand wherever it can reach, and then left arm overhead. Now, if you're ready to try the bind on this side, take your right arm behind your back, grab onto a piece of your clothing or possibly the hip crease. And then use that hand to help you send the tailbone down and lift your ribs up and back into a slightly deeper side bend. Good. Inhale, come all the way up, extended side angle. Left forearm to left thigh. Sweep your right arm forward and then overhead. Deep inhale. And slow exhale. Inhale, rise all the way back up. Grab your block if you'd like it. Set it either inside or outside of your leg. An option to hop your back foot in a little closer. Shift your hips towards the back of the mat. Extend your left arm forward. Reach your ribs forward and set your hand down wherever it lands. Good. Then when you're ready, right arm up to the sky. Inhale into both sides of your rib cage. Exhale, engage your inner leg lines by energetically hugging your heels towards each other. Inhale into your heart. And exhale, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Then re-bend your front knee, rise all the way back up to standing, and step your feet together. We'll end in Tadasana, mountain pose, the same way that we began. Take a moment to close your eyes. Remind yourself of that intention that you set. And do your best to carry that intention with you for the rest of the day. Thank you so much for allowing me to guide you through your practice. My name again is Adriana Lee with Neorafit. Namaste.